Miller to the infield now. Miller really got pounded there.
18-17, the Bay Bombers from San Francisco in the lead by 1.
2.5 minutes time remaining here in the first half. Groll and Paul were getting talked to by head referee Hugh Kendall up there on the rail.
Okay, pack being reformed now.
This is Negron will jam for the Express along with Dave Newman, 49. Dennis Claiborne and Frank Apodaca jam his helmet. You don't see that too often, Stu.
No, you don't. But he can hold his own when he's out there on the jam. Let's see what happens.
Express breaking open. Negron starts it not for long. The whip immediately to Alfonso Reyes with the Express pivot helmet. Here's big Frank Apodaca. Now you see these two paired off with the pivot helmets in front of the back an awful lot.
It's normally a defensive matchup, but right now let's see what happens on offense for both of them.
Apodaca easy strides with the lead in the jam. 45 seconds, plenty of time at the rear of the pack. We got blocking going on between Paul and Bill Groll on the jam. Reyes takes off. At the rear of the pack, Bill Groll in trouble, pounded by James Paul. Here comes the jammer. Groll taken out. Here comes Reyes. Reyes going for additional points with his team trailing. 20 seconds in jam time.
Remaining Bombers are pulling away. Here comes the whip to Alfonso Reyes. Here he comes on Lewis.
Lewis moves between Groll and Lewis. What a move by Reyes. He's by Apodaca. It's called off. 4 points from nowhere by Alfonso Reyes for the Eastern Express. 21-18, the Express in the lead.
Play by the Express, Alfonso Reyes, and he's looking for some fun from the crowd. There he is. There's Frankie Macedo and James Paul. Alfonso Reyes getting a lot of cheering from the crowd here.
35 seconds left in regulation time. Remember, however, the last jam, if it starts before the game time runs out, will go the full 60 seconds. There's Alfonso Reyes, and he's going to stay in that lineup now. They'd like to get one more jam started here. 21-18, Express leading the Bombers. Coming up on the halftime break.
Okay, let's see who's got the pivots helmets on now. Chris Keenan and Lewis for the Bombers.
Trying to get a jammer up, and the Bombers will. This will go the full 60 seconds. It'll be Larry Lewis, the Bombers' money man in the scoring department. Erwin Miller, 42 out for the Express. At the rear of the pack, Frankie Macedo covering for the Express. Bombers, Bill Groll.
Macedo's hurting Groll, so he can't come back to help Lewis at this point.
Got a little traffic jam back here at the rear now. Miller taken back to the rail by Lewis. Lewis the lead jammer for the Bombers.
Groll's trying to drop back, but he could not get back there. And Lewis looks like he needs some help, but he's going to try it on his own.
A little eyeball guy. Here comes Bill Groll back. He gets his own there. Miller's still going here. Miller can get more points. He's got one over Groll already. A power lift in that turn. Miller scrambles back up. Great second effort. Time, there are 4 Express points as time runs out. Officials consulting down in the infield now. Well, wait a minute. Let's see what Hugh Kendall says. No, they say that Erwin Miller was hit the infield. There is 1 Express point, but he was on the infield and did not go back to regain his original position.
There's some discussion on that. There you see the Express discussing it with officials, Jim Fitzpatrick and Hugh Kendall. They thought they had their 4 points, and so did we.
So it is just 1 Express point, and
there's the discussion.
Confusion on the scoreboard. The correct score is, okay, 1 point. Okay, well, there you have it. The halftime score reads Eastern Express 22, the Bombers 18. Don't go away. Rich Gold will be right back with interviews.
22-18 is the score. The Eastern Express on top. With me now, James Paul and B.J. Peterson, and they are delighted to be ahead. They're also delighted to be playing in front of the home folks.
It feels great. It's been 10 years for me, and it's great to be back.
Skating very well.
Oh, thank you. The people do something for you here. I couldn't wait to come back to New York. I love it.
James, you and Bill Groll had quite an out there.
Well, you know, we go back a long way, and no matter where we skate, it's no different. You know, a lot of the guys, they're happy to be here in front of the home folks. They got a few jitters. We're going to try to work them out, and we're skating well, but I expect it to get better in the second half, Rich.
Do you expect more fights? I mean, you guys were pushing and shoving and popping.
Well, you know, that's the nature of the game. Things get out of hand, but no, we're here to skate. We want to show the fans that we not only can be rough out there, but we can skate, and that's our goal. If the fights come, well, we'll take them, but we're going to try to stay away from that stuff.
Going back to the very beginning, when Joan Weston was introduced, I got the feeling that perhaps some of these folks here were pulling for the Bay Bombers.
Well, that could very well be, but we'll change their minds real quick. There's no doubt in my mind.
I'll tell you something. You guys have done a great job skating. I know you're very proud of yourselves, but there's still another half to go, so what do you plan to do?
Well, we're just going to skate rough and try to win. You know, this is a young team. This year we've got a few new faces. We're skating hard. We're just starting to gel as a team. BJ's doing a good job with the girls. The guys are coming around. We're just going to skate hard and give it our best shot.
Okay. James, BJ, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Let's go back to Kenny Kunzelman.
Okay, and we'll be back with more right after this break along the Madison Square Garden Network.
Go to the Southern Stars, Mr. Excitement in the roller derby, and I have with me as my very first guest, the pride of the Eastern Express, Frankie Macedo. Now, Frank, I've been looking around the building. I see all the people in here, and there seems to be a lot of excitement. But what I know, when the Southern Stars come to town, you think this is excitement. This place is going to light up like electrified Blue Funk Southern style. Sure. What I want to know, little man, what can this Express team do against Bill Hill and the Southern Stars?
Well, let's face it. Look what we're doing to the Bombers. What do you think, you're going to be any better than them? I doubt it. I doubt it very much. Anyhow, you'd have to go through us. So that'll be a proven fact when you get here to the Gardens.
You know, you must be from Brooklyn because you just demonstrated your intelligence show. Do I think that the Southern Stars are any better than the Bay Bombers? We've proven it over and over all throughout the season. The Southern Stars are where it's at in roller derby, baby. If you don't know that, I want to ask you what in the world you're doing with this uniform on, what you're doing with these skates on, why do you get on the track and call yourself...
Calm it down. Like I say, we've met you before once in California on Bomber territory, and we proved that fact. We went right through you and the Bombers as well. We're doing it tonight, and we intend on doing it throughout the season. Now, time will tell. When you get in here, then we'll show you, all right?
This man must be suffering from delusions. The Express went through the Southern Stars. What's wrong with you, boy? You haven't even gone through anything yet. You can't even get through this Bomber team, and you saying you can go through the Southern Stars?
Listen, when you skate as long as we have and get it together like we have, because you got a lot of work to do on your team. I've already seen it.
That's the point, boy. You skated too long. You're too old. Southern Stars is where it's at today.
Meet me here next time, will you?
I'll be here.
Hey.
Now, Ed Dressler.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
I want to change the tone of this just a minute. You know something? You and I go back a long way. We've been friends for a long time. We skated together for a long time. And when you came out of retirement and started skating again this year, I thought you and I had an arrangement. I thought you were going to be a member of the Southern Stars, and now you've got on the brown and orange of the Bombers. What happened?
No, I think you have a little mistaken here. I think you had an arrangement. Felt that I would skate on your team. And there's no way I would skate on your team. I'm where I belong on the Bombers, the world champion team. Orange and brown is here to stay. The Southern Stars should go home.
I want you to know something. You might be on the current world championship team, but you didn't have anything to do with it, Ed Dressler. I've always valued friendship, but you've taught me a very important lesson. I can't count on you for anything, and I just want you to know one thing. There's something new's happening in the IRSL. Bill Hill and the Southern Stars are making a list.
Yeah?
And the list is called Skaters That Deserve Special Attention. And let me tell you, your name's at the top of the list, boy, and when you get special attention from Bill Hill and the Southern Stars, you remember it for a long time.
You watch Ed Dressler and the entire Bomber squad, let me tell you right now.
I watched Ed Dressler.
We are the world champions, and we will continue to be the world champions. And forget the Southern Stars. Thank you very much.
I watched Ed Dressler for the entire first half against little man Frankie Macedo. He couldn't hold his own then. What in the world does this man think he's going to do against Bill Hill and the Southern Stars, baby? Southern Stars are going to be in New York. Southern Stars are going to be in California. You see us. You're seeing Bill Hill. You're seeing the best.
the controversial Bill Hill. Well, we'll be